I am really confused, Mr. Skylarski. Judge Corriero started out with your first exhibit, a letter to the defendant saying, I'm moving out because I want a garage space for my band. Respectfully, your position before this court that the move was somehow precipitated because of some uninhabitable conditions, to me, it feels disingenuous. And then furthermore, you kept going back and forth about whether or not you were going to leave. What they did was work with you.
That's exactly right. But he said that I verbally addressed with the manager that I would actually be moving out at the end of the next month as opposed to the current month at the time. And that's an absolute lie because he said, and let the record show that he did say that I verbally addressed that on March 14th. However, if you turn your attention to page 22, Eric, the manager, messaged me saying that, hey, Zhenya, I have someone that would like to view the apartment.
Are you interested
All right,
at all?
I'm sorry. I'm just so incensed that I don't mean to interrupt you.
Please.
But you sent a second letter which says, thank you so much for allowing me to extend my stay for another month. April, that would be the month of April, as I'm having trouble moving during this pandemic. I sincerely appreciate your understanding. I'm sorry, Judge Acker, go back.
It's absolutely on point because the text exchanges and the evidence in this case contradict everything that you're saying. I want to talk to the defendants. Tell me about your countersuit. Because it seems now that you're belatedly trying to get money from him for the balance of the month that you didn't seek at the time. Explain to me the basis of your countersuit.
The basis is because he did decide to stay through the month of April.
So he ended up being there. You want to collect the balance.
I would hold him responsible for the rent of April unless we rented sooner. Had I rented it sooner, I would not have charged him any more. In fact, in my notice, in my itemized description of the deposit, I indicated that I reserve the right to sue further for more days. In fact, the apartment was not rented until May 19th, 49 days more.
And you had been making good faith efforts, it seems, to rent the premises.
And by the way,
what is the relationship, Eric?
Yes.
Were you and the plaintiff friends?
No. He came to apply for the apartment, and he became more of like an acquaintance, not a friend.
So there's a text exchange between the two of you that I found interesting. I think the plaintiff, Mr. Skolarski, is complaining about the bees and something's happening with the car, and he's like, all right, I love you too. I mean, was that just like casual, like love you, man, bye? I thought maybe you were friends or...
No, not at all.
I mean, but he's lying. We definitely were friends. There's months and months of messages.
So you were friends?
We definitely were friends. I don't know why he'd be lying about that. And, Your Honor, I did submit a couple of videos.
What does the video purport to show?
The video shows a water leak.
We have it loaded. Let's see the video.
Here's one that's about to burst. Then one burst. This one popped during the night and was dripping on the floor all night. I had to move my bed over because it was dripping in my head.
I believe, just to clarify, this video is of December 26th. There was an earlier occurrence
that
happened earlier in the month.
So Albert fixed that issue.
When did he fix it?
I don't recall the date.
Albert, do you take the stand, sir? Do you recall when you remedied that issue? Eric said you did.
Mr. Eric called me, and the next day I was over there, and we fixed the leak on top of the roof. Since then, never leaked.
There's a second video. We have that loaded.
There's a second video. It's power outage that occurred as a consequence of them not fixing the issue in January.
So when I put this in, it starts doing this. Anyway, he needs to come back to get that fixed because I came and my refrigerator was off because this thing wasn't working. So I had to do this. Unplug my stove. Anyway, it's all over the place right now. Please have him back ASAP to get that fixed, please. Thank you.
Albert, do you recall that issue?
I don't know exactly the time, but the reason after that was overloading the power.
Using a lot of power.
If you can see on the video, there's a lot of overload.